Hey guys, Jerimboto, your favorite shoe designer, and today we are going to talk about VAAKENYA. Who is VAAKENYA? What does VAAKENYA do? Why do we do it? And how do we do it? So, VAAKENYA is a shoe manufacturing and retailing company, and we exist for the sole purpose of dignifying African feet. What do I mean dignifying African feet? I mean basically making shoes for the African feet. That might confuse you a little bit because we wear shoes, right? And we are Africans. I don't just mean making shoes for African feet to wear, but making shoes that are actually fit for African feet. What do I mean by that? Just sit down and really think about it, right? Who is making shoes for Africans? Like in the market, we have US standard sizes, we have UK standard sizes, we have EU standard sizes, we have Mexican standard sizes, we have Chinese standard sizes. I could go on and on and on, and I will not mention a single African size. So it still begs the question, who is making the shoes for Africans? Because when we make standard sizes, we use those people as the base to create the standard sizes. So when you talk about US standard sizes, we definitely used the US people as our base for making the standard US sizes. When I talk about Chinese sizes, they definitely use Chinese people as a base to creating the standard sizes. So when you think about it, no one is really making shoes for Africans because we would have our standard sizes. So that is why VAAKENYA exists. Like, we sat down and realized no one is really making shoes for Africans. What does that mean? Our feet are not really dignified, because if we don't wear shoes that are made for us, then there's no dignity in that. So we basically exist to dignify African feet. It goes with our name, VAAKENYA. VAAKENYA literally translates to Wear Kenya. What do I mean by Wear Kenya? The normal translation would just be basically like Wear Kenya, wear a shoe made in Kenya. But that's not really it. I'm going to break it down for you today. I'm going to give you an example. When I tell you to tembea Kenya, visit Kenya, I mean come to Kenya, right? And when you come to Kenya, you don't expect to come and find snow. I can't invite you to Kenya to come and see snow. So that is exactly, now translate that to VAAKENYA, wear Kenya. Like, wear a shoe that is for Kenya. You understand? I cannot say wear Kenya and then I make a shoe with synthetic inners, because synthetic inners are just not for the Kenyan soil. So our purpose is to make shoes that are fit for us in everything, in terms of sizes, in terms of the mode of construction, in relation to our soil, our way of life. What do I mean our way of life? Think about it. As Africans, we walk a lot. As Kenya, we are basically a walking nation. And as Africans, we are also a walking continent. We walk a lot. So we make shoes that are fit for that way of life. So that is what we do as VAAKENYA. And I have to back what I'm saying. So how do we make shoes for Africans? How do we dignify these Africans? So, number one, all our products are handcrafted footwear. Why do we handcraft our shoes? This is because handcrafting allows us to be able to customize for any anomaly in any fit. In contrast to an automated production process, it doesn't give you the room for customization. But when we are handcrafting, if you come with a shoe that does not lie within the standard sizes that we have in the market, and I feel that first I have to address the fact that I don't like the idea of calling an African an outlier size. Because how can an African be an outlier size if we don't have our own standard sizes? They may be an outlier size in China because they don't fit within the Chinese standard sizes, but we don't have standard sizes here. So there is no outlier size. We just have our African sizes. So in VAAKENYA, there is nothing like an outlier size. We make shoes for literally every fit. And customization allows us to be able to do that. For example, you come to us, you are on, for example, 12.5, right? For example, there is 12, then there is 13, or there is 10, then there is 11. But you are a 10.5. We are able to customize the 0.5 for you. So customization is very important. That is why we handcraft our shoes. Also, in relation to the arcs, like we have 3 types of foot arcs. We have the flat foot, we have the normal arc, and we have the high arc. When we are handcrafting, it allows for us to customize for the arc support, and not necessarily an arc support for one fits all, but arc support depending on your type of an arc. If you are a flat foot, we will customize for arc support that is fit for a flat foot. If you're a normal size, we will customize for arc support that is fit for a normal arc size. And if you're a high arc, we will customize for arc support that is fit for the high arc. So that is why we handcraft our shoes. It allows us to be able to customize for any anomaly in your feet. So that is number 1. Number 2, we use in every shoe that we handcraft, we use breathable and absorbent lining. What is lining? They are the inners of your shoe. So why do we use breathable and absorbent lining? I will come back to it. We are in Africa, right? And our climate is mostly tropical climate. We don't have extremities. We don't have winter, summer, and all that. But basically here, our weather, I would say, is mostly hot. And when it's not hot, it's raining and all that. And as I said again, our way of life, the bigger majority of our population is a walking nation, more than a driving nation. And still, those who drive, they still have their portion where they actually walk a lot. So it is very important to ensure that our feet remain fresh. And the only way they can remain fresh is if the linings, that is the inners, are breathable and are absorbent. And we're not just talking about freshness, because when you say that our weather is mostly hot and we have people who walk a lot, and negating the people who walk a lot, let us assume that you don't walk a lot, but you drive a lot. It's still a hot climate, right? And the car is basically a hot box, like air conditioning and everything aside. It's basically a hot box, and our climate is mostly hot. So it means that your feet will definitely perspirate, mguu sweat, right? You don't want to go home at the end of the day, utoe viatu zako, and the stink and the odor, no one can be able to put up with it, right? So that is the perspiration aside. So that is why we make sure that the lining is absorbent, so it can be able to absorb the sweat that perspirates from your feet. Also, if you happen to use a material that is not breathable and absorbent, if that sweat is not absorbed, it ends up burning your feet. It may be on your foot or on your toes and all that. It burns you. You end up getting what do we call them? Blisters. It may burn you and all that. So it is important for our lining to be breathable and absorbent. And we do that because you're making shoes for the African feet, and we understand that we are in a tropical climate and it is mostly hot around here. So that is why all our lining is breathable and is absorbent. Number 3, when it comes to our soles, we have 2 types of shoes. We have low-cost shoes and we have high-cost shoes. So we use 2 types of soles. For the low-cost shoes, we use TPR soles over plastic soles. Plastic soles are breakable and they are not long-lasting. And as I said, we walk a lot as a nation. And most of our roads are not tarmacked. They are rough roads and all that. So our terrain is also pretty rough. So a plastic shoe is not fit for our terrains, because it's breakable and it's not going to serve you for long. And our purpose is to provide you value at whichever price point. So for local shoes, we use TPR soles. What is TPR? TPR is thermoplastic rubber. It is basically a blend of plastic and rubber, but it is very high quality. It is flexible. That means it does not break easily, and it is long lasting. So buying a low cost shoe is not an excuse for you to not have dignity. Like, cost should not necessarily negate quality or value at your price point. So we use TPR soles for low cost shoes. For our high cost shoes, we use rubber soles over leather soles. Why do I say that? Leather soles are very good soles. This is not me taking anything away from leather soles. Leather soles are actually some of the most high quality soles that we have out there, but they are just not fit for the African soil. Because first things first, the leather sole is smooth. It does not have a firm grip. Secondly, in our rough terrain, a leather sole is likely to actually get damaged fast before a rubber sole. So they are both very high quality soles, but for Africa, always use the rubber sole. Like, when you want to choose a leather sole, just make sure that you do not walk a lot, you do not walk on rough terrains, and it's mostly not an everyday shoe. You don't wear it as often. Let us just say it's one of the shoes that you have in your collections, like it's a good shoe, here to your look and all that. But if you want a shoe that will literally serve you, even if you are anywhere in Kenya or anywhere in Africa, always go for the rubber sole. The rubber sole is more fit for Africa than the leather sole, anytime, any day. So that is basically how we ensure that the shoes that we are making, like in terms of our mode of construction, the materials that we use, and the sole that we use. It is also important to note that in our designs, we input as much Africanness as we can in our designs. For example, you take a look at our fabric collection. We call it the Ankara collection. We use a lot of Ankara. Ankara is basically kitenge, and we all know kitenge is African. Like, it is the one thing that we can call ours, you know. So we try and incorporate that with shoes, because the kitenge market, when it comes to the clothing industry, is very vibrant. So we are bringing that to the shoes as well. This is us bringing our culture to our shoes, to ensure that we are actually making these shoes for who? We're making these shoes for Africans. So basically, that is what we as VAAKENYA do. When you ever hear VAAKENYA, think dignity for African feet. We are here to dignify African feet, to provide value at whichever price point, to make sure that at the end of this all, our main priority is to ensure that we have standard African sizes. Because, like, I don't think there's anything dignifying about having to go to a shoe shop and try so many sizes because you're not sure of your size. And the reason you're not sure of your size is not because you don't know your size, but in your collection, you have so many standard sizes. Like, you have a US number 10, you have a UK number 8, you have an EU number 8.5. They all fit you, but in your head, you just have numbers. You don't know it as, maybe it's a UK standard size, as a what standard size. We are aiming to create standard African sizes so that any manufacturer, when they are making shoes for Africans, they make them with standard African sizes. And if they do not make them with standard African sizes, you see that tag that we usually have on shoes, like they literally interpret it for you. This is UK number this, US number this. Let us add a slot for African sizes right there. So that is how we dignify you with our shoes. But it's not just about the shoe. It is the whole experience. So we are making sure that we give you the best customer shopping experience that you can also, the best customer experience that you can get from us. So how do we do that? First, all our shops are online shops. This is to ensure that no matter where you are in the country, you can access our shoes. All you need to do is to log in to all our social media pages. We have shops in every social media. We are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, we are on Twitter, and we have a website. And we have ensured that in our website and in all these pages that we have made your experience so easy. We break down everything for you. For example, are you looking for a velvet shoe? Like, we will explain everything to you. Like, for example, I will tell you, this is a velvet shoe. If you're looking for durability, this is not the shoe to go for, right? Because this is mostly an aesthetics shoe. Then I'll give you a canvas shoe. If you're looking for durability, this is a shoe to go for. Understand? We try and make your whole shopping experience by giving you every detail that you need to get. So log on to our website. It's www.vaakenya.com. It's been on for the last a month now. Yeah, it's still new and we are building it. And our purpose is to make sure that you get the best shopping experience out there. As I said, we do not have standard African sizes, and that robs away dignity in the African shopping experience, where you find that you have so many shoe sizes and all these shoes fit you, but what you don't know is that those are different standard sizes. So as we are working to creating standard African sizes, in the meantime, we make sure that if you are not sure of your shoe size, we will not just deliver a shoe to you for it to not fit and return it, then deliver another shoe. No, we make sure that you avoid that whole dance. So we have a very simple way of measuring your feet. So you just measure your foot starting from the large toe, from the large toe of your foot to the heel of your foot. You just send us those measurements, we convert them into shoe sizes, and then we craft the shoe and send it to you in your actual size, and you do not have to dance the whole dance of trying out different shoe sizes. That is for now, but we are going with you throughout this journey, and at the end of it all, we are going to emerge with standard African sizes. Please join us in this journey of dignifying African feet, and at the end of it, we are going to ensure that we have standard African sizes and standards of manufacturing African footwear, so that any other manufacturer, may they be from Africa or not from Africa, whenever they manufacture shoes for the African market, they adhere to these standards. So thank you guys. Till the next time.